Let's see, does that work a little better? Test 1, 2, 3. OBS, why do you do this to me? Haha! Is it working? Hopefully it's working. It seems to be working. It wouldn't be a live stream if it wasn't slightly scuffed off the start. All right. Let's get right into this. Grab our burner mining drill. As I was saying, no, this is not my first stream. It's my first stream in many, many years. I used to stream on Twitch, actually. And then I moved out of an area where I had good internet, so I kind of stopped making content for a while. And then I started posting on video, or on YouTube, instead of Twitch. If you are so determined to go dig up old Twitch VODs, I don't know if any of them still exist out there, but that was what I did for a while. I'm gonna just dump this right into a furnace. I think I streamed for about a year. Never made much progress, as most people who start streaming do. And kind of got discouraged, as well as the whole internet issues. Then I switched over to YouTube once I had some more free time again. Yeah, I think it's even still linked on my channel, actually. I don't know if I'll end up streaming there in the future again. I figured I'd try YouTube streaming out. But maybe I will switch back to Twitch at some point. There are some advantages to having a multi-platform presence. What am I looking for? I need stone for my drills. It's been a minute since I've played Factorio. Jeez. Yeah, I was one of the Corona streamers. I was in college at the time and stuck in a dorm room with no ability to go anywhere. It seemed like a good way to use my time. And it was. I quite enjoyed it while I was doing it. But I've definitely been enjoying YouTube a bit more lately, as it is... I don't know. I just enjoy the more structured videos. Start off the coal snake here. And throw down furnace again. More iron plates. Yeah, it probably is. I do have the VOD still, so I actually was checking through my YouTube live stream, or kind of my channel history. I do have some of the old VODs. Perhaps at some point I will make them available. Maybe. I'll have to look. It has been a while since I checked into what any of those look like. Alright, that should get some iron going. Just kind of getting off on... yeah, I'll see. Maybe for some funsy at some point, I will put together a playlist of the old stuff. some more furnaces going. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, especially right now, I don't know that many people would go back and watch that stuff. It'd definitely probably be something like unlisted or something at that, because I don't also want it to be, it's not representative of my current content. Technically, this isn't either. I mean, I don't know that live streams are going to become a facet of my channel. It's something I kind of doing for the 1,000 subscribers milestone. I enjoy doing them, but sparingly, because I do kind of do this in my free time, as it were. So it's something I can't be super consistent with. Typically, speaking to my workflow a little bit, I'll pre-record like 4 or 5 videos in one weekend, and then that's my content for the month. Although I've been doing more weekly stuff lately. Moving stuff around a lot, which isn't great, but it's fine. I think 2 was the efficiency. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Take another one of those. So for steam power, you need to make 50 iron plates. We'll get that going. It's not gonna last super long. Get some electronics working. I would already selected it. Copper plates. That will unlock red science for us. Pipes and burner inserters. Let's get some more mining drills going. I need some more coal, so extend the coal snake. For Factorio? Oh, man. I have always been a pretty casual Factorio player. I say that, this is probably, even with all the recording for Stationeers I've been doing over the last year or so, the game I have the most time in. Mostly because I started playing it... Oh, man. I started playing it technically before it was on Steam. I got the version off the website back when it first released. When I was... Well, that was a while ago. But, I like to optimize things so it scratches that itch, and it's by and large the best factory game that I've played. One of the things on my channel is the Foundry gameplay that I did a while ago. I think it was 5 episodes of it, and I kept comparing it to Factorio throughout the whole series. I was just sitting there like, why don't I actually play Factorio? Because arguably, as much as I enjoy Foundry, I enjoy Factorio more. Hello. How's it going? Forgot to actually set this up. Go. Oh. Bored. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Back in the day, Yosh used to stream with me. Back in some of the old VODs. Alright, we should get some copper going so we can get... What's this? Alright. We need more. Let's just do the same setup on the other side. A lot of the, we do. A lot of the, Factorio stuff that I have learned over the years, besides the things that I've picked up from my own personal experience, has been from watching other YouTubers like Trulpin and Dash. The big Factorio YouTubers, as it were. Right, that's cool. Electronics. How much do I actually need? Oh, just 10. And then we can get automation science packs, which will unlock all of our other stuff. We want to get electrifying drills. So I want to electrify as quickly as possible, realistically. Although having another one of these wouldn't kill us. Did you try and trick me into playing Factorio? I don't remember. Ah, yes, the Z trick. I kind of remember that stuff. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've played Factorio, actually. We need to build a lab, which means some more copper. Yeah. Oh, that's right, the Switch version. Yeah. Perhaps, if this goes well, I will do some more Factorio on the channel. Maybe some more mainstream or main video-wise stuff. Some fun little challenges or something. I think I may have missed the mark on that one. Yeah, you can use Z to drop things into furnaces and other items. So if you hold it from your inventory. Yeah. There we go. That should be plenty to make lab, and then we're going to need power. So we also need to make a furnace, boiler, which needs more stone. Control is how I've been picking stuff up, so that's how I grab the coal out of my coal snake there. But Z, once you have the item selected, can be used to distribute it. Oh, Control is a mod. I didn't even realize that. That's how long I've been playing with that. And then we'll need a few pipes and a water pump. Offshore pump, technically. And how much science do we actually need? 25. Ugh. Now we'll start queuing that up. I'm not going for any particular challenge run like limited handcrafting or anything like that, so it's fine if we do some handcrafting for a bit. I do have production milestones as well. Move this stuff. I like to leave one pipe space so that I can place power poles another line. Just make the main base on Gleba. I am not that skilled at this game. I forgot I need a power pole. Dang it. We'll make 5 of those for now. We'll get 2 more pipes. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit out of the way. There we go. Lab. Stick that down. Throw some coal in there. Throw my science packs in there. And then make the remainder that we need. Should be 20. All right. Then we're also going to need some more power production. And we'll start to need some belts, but we're going to make a belt assembler for that. Let's throw some things in the queue. Automation and logistics. And we're going to want probably to do. There is a biter base pretty close by, so we're probably gonna want to queue military and turrets, and then steel. Repair packs is a quick one. That should be fine. Okay, let's go pick up my resources. Starter patch isn't that far away, which is nice. It's a little far away, but not that far away. And make a second lab as well. Probably super unnecessary for right now, but yeah, it's fine. Q, that's right. That's how long it's been. There is never enough research speed. Until there does become too much research speed. Because we aren't good enough at the game to get that 1000 SPM base going. I have never built a mega base. I think the most impressive thing I've done in this game was like a halfway decent time to get the satellite out in pre-Space Age Factorio. It does take. I've never actually made a halfway decent stab at infinite research. Yeah, I'm excited to play around with the trains. I have played a Space Age run where I did get to. I had a decent Vulcanospace, and let's just see which ones. I don't even know if you unlock the space map until you get a rocket launched. What am I thinking of? I forget what's the other planet I got to. I don't think it was Gleba, so it was the other one. I just can't remember the name off the top of my head right now. That was as far as I got. And I did play around with the trains a bit. I have never been very good with Factorio train systems, but I am much more hopeful with the new train system, because I could never quite wrap my head around the old one. Yes, I know with the quality things you can. I'm excited to play around with quality modules. Easy is a relative term. I program with MIPS for fun on stationeers. I think that's easy sometimes. Factorio trains. They didn't make sense. No, I mean, I understand them more in concept now that I've watched a couple people work with them. But it's something I'm looking forward to playing around with a bit more. I don't know how far we're going to get in today's stream. I don't actually have really a target time. I'm going to kind of just go until I either need to go do something else or it kind of dies off on activity. So we'll see. I got electric mining drills though, so let's make a few of those. I need a bunch of belts, and I need... Ooh, we do have automation. Okay, so let's make our first few assembly machines as well. While we're waiting for that, let's feed these. And let's do some planning. So, to-do list. We need to, if I'm remembering correctly, we're going to need oh, 400 trains. Oh man. I know it's possible. I just seems like a train accident waiting to happen. We'll need to get stable power. And then we're going to need a iron bus and a copper bus. Or not really buses, they're smelteries. So, smelter. Okay. I am a subscriber to the bus style of factory building, but I do also subscribe to the ever-present spaghetti is the first base. And the first base is as long as it needs to be. All right. We do have some of our stuff set up, so we will get our first bits of automation going. Our coal patch placement, in fact, all of our ore patch placements are not awesome. I don't love the positioning because it's kind of, with them all being adjacent, it means that there's a lot of less usable ore. The main belt, yeah. We could always sort out the ore. I know it's a lot easier now with splitters, but for the early game, we're just gonna try and not overlap the ore patches. So we might have to move our pole snake. All right. See you in a bit. Then we're gonna just set up basic. 2 miners on that one, and 1 copper for now. Grab our belts. First thing that's going to make it to our inventory. Trees, the real enemy in any Factorio game. And giant rocks. All right, let's see. Now it's cheaper and probably easier to bring the water to us than to bring the coal to the water. A couple undergrounds as well. And just tear up our Yeah, I figured I wasn't gonna do any resetting this time, just to keep it relatively, the challenge is whatever the challenge is, kind of energy. I usually will recycle any desert starts or touching ore path starts though. Because yes, it does make it annoying, but hopefully we don't have to use the starting patches for long and we can grab, because there's a coal patch right there, an iron patch right there. So we can stop using these starter patches, because the starter patch purity is also pretty garbage. It's not purity, it's density. We do have to watch out because our pollution cloud is already kind of starting to spread and we've got some biters there, so we will need to make ourselves some protection at some point. Like some armor right now, actually. And that should be fine for now. I know it's not necessary to put a pipe there, but I just want it there. And then steam engines. Let's add our power poles to our inventory. Then I need some more belts. And 2 electric inserters and 1 burner inserter. Are there any like good challenge mods for the DLC? I haven't seen much. I also don't really follow it though, so I guess I probably wouldn't know. Need some more power poles to get my power over to where I need to use it. And let's get it kicked off. That should be our grid started. And then as we add on more engines, we can go up this way or down that way if we eventually need to. But that should be fine for now, or across on the other side. Let's put our labs back down. We're going to put these over here. Well, actually, we have a nice power there. Let's do some thought here. Power over here. A nice kind of open-ish space here for some production. Open spot down here. Obviously, a bunch of space over here we can clear out in a bit. And we can move the labs easy enough. Let's just put it here for now. Inserters also go in toolbar. Okay. Assembly machines. Let's start off with some hand-fed automation. We are going to want belts, which are going to require our iron gear wheels and inserters, which also require iron gear wheels and electronic circuits. So we're going to throw our iron gear wheel assembler and then our 2 things that will take demand from that. So this is going to make our gear wheels. Here is going to be our belts. Here is going to be our... Actually, we're going to switch things. This is going to be belts. This one is going to be inserters. And then this will be our electronic circuits. Power for the whole system. plates. We are going to need another assembler. And then a couple of boxes for our output products. Did not leave myself much space here, but that's fine for now. This one is going to be copper wire. Not the best hand-fed system in the world, but it's a start. And as we start making some more of our stuff, it'll make it a lot easier. We are going to need a bit more iron. Windows, why are you giving me the Windows spinny logo? Always is concerning when that makes its appearance. Stream seems fine, so we're going to hope it's okay. And then we're also going to just make some cheap red science production. Okay, this stuff's going to move. Keep that up. Dog inserter time. Slow, but functional. Yay! This needs our electronic circuits, which instead of going from that side, we're going to put it down here. Let's queue up our green science. We're gonna actually need to like make green science, but for now, or make good red science, I guess I should say. I think this gear assembler is getting oh, that's right. Everything else needs iron. Well, let's get some iron flowing. So we're going to need some furnaces. And, of course, more iron. Fill everything up with coal. We're starting to get a backfeed of coal on the line, which is good. It's what we like to see. Obviously, I'd expect to see that because we only have 2 burners running right now. Right, so we're going to grab our splitters and our undergrounds. Underground right there. Okay. So that is where our iron is going to come out. We are going to rotate it. Then what we want to do is split it. Send this up, send this down, split off of our coal belt as well. So we are going to essentially make a output line. Okay. I'm going to build with some ghosts for a minute. Output line. Those feeding into there. Our furnaces. And then we're going to have a fuel and ore line coming down the outsides. So to get the fuel and ore lines, we need to join our fuel with our ore. So the ore doesn't matter which side it's on, as long as it's just consistently on one side or the other. We're going to actually move our input up a little bit. But this is going to come up like so. This one, we will have to Is this the most compact design? Absolutely not. In fact, we can move this whole assembly back quite a bit and free up some more space in the middle. That should work fine. That will just fill in as needed. You all full with coal now? Yes, okay. I'm going to do that for later reasons. All right, splitter. Right. Let's get our first couple furnaces going. In our first furnace stack. And run some power down to the mines. How's our grid looking? Fine. Going good. This is pretty slow. I think a lot of players probably could have got a lot farther in an hour. Or most of an hour that we've been live. So let's see if we can't get some pace picked up by tearing all this out, because it's honestly pretty garbage, and starting over. Some fresh, clean production. Stretch that out a bit. We're going to grab a buffer, which will move eventually. Just run that down to a box. Priority, not input priority, output priority. Right. There we go. Now we have automated iron. Just big step forward. Let's make a actually slightly better belts and inserters. That's what I'm thinking of. Belts and inserters build. For this, we will need more belts and inserters. All right. So for belts and inserters, we need gears, and we are going to need some copper. We'll feed the copper by hand for now, because we've got plenty of it. So let's throw a plan together. So both of these need gear wheels and iron plates, so we can merge them back into the same belt. Gears, if I'm remembering correctly, have a super low production time, so we can pretty much get away with, I mean, with the speeds that we're looking at, we can get away with one assembler. So let's bring our iron out. We are going to need some more splitters and undergrounds. We're also going to want to make splitters and undergrounds, which are going to require transport belts, more iron plates, and some electronic circuits in their own right. these are the building blocks which will build our factory. Eventually, we should also automate. Oh, I guess we'll have all the parts. So let's make some assembly machines as well. We're out of belts again as well. This is what we are trying to avoid. Yeah, this is where the bus will be. So that's why I kind of did this weird step over thing. Because I want to have probably 2 lanes of iron going through here to start. And then we'll go straight down. So, iron comes out. We're going to go over. And put that back onto that belt. And we're going to just grab an assembly machine. That's the wrong side. I always forget that these put on the far side. Now this way we can expand a little bit as well. So let's actually give ourselves enough space for that. Yeah, that should be fine right there. We'll move one over. We have plenty of space now. Let's use it now. We aren't building a compact base. In fact, like I said, too little space. Because we're going to want to be able to put a splitter there. I don't like inefficiency when I see it, so we'll do that. That's going to be plenty of gears for now. Gears. Power. So here we have our gear and iron belts, which we can split off of pretty much immediately to build our let's keep things in a somewhat nice line. To build belts straight into a box. That alone is a nice improvement. Factory grows. All right. So inserters, the next step is going to be our copper plates. So, is going to require electronic circuits, which is going to need our copper plates. Electronic circuits build is just iron and copper cables. I don't remember the exact balancing, and I'm too lazy to get my little calculator out. So we're going to say, I think it's 1 cable assembler to 2 electronic circuit assemblers. If I'm remembering, it might not be perfect math. So that's 0.5 second. It's 0.5 second. For 2, this requires 3. Oh, so would it be 2? No. Okay. So it's 2 copper cables. We need 3. So 2 electronic circuit constructors need 6, which means we need 3 copper cable for 2. So we'll use that ratio. So it's going to require 5 assemblers. So let's make another 5. Are we potentially over-optimizing our setup here maybe a little bit? Let's not make like infinite of these, but just a good number. We definitely need more iron as well. That's going to be a common phrase, I feel like. Need more iron. It is nice to have automated belts. Stretch that out down that way. Let's say our copper line is going to be this might get a bit spaghetti, but that's okay to get the input in here. But we'll say right there as well. Just planning it out, even though we're going to hand feed it for now. So that's where our copper input will come in. We don't need copper plates for anything else down this tree. We just need the circuits, right? Yeah, just the circuits. So we're going to just be slightly out of space. That sucks. First spaghetti solution begins. So I'm also going to put these down there. Into our two assembly machines. Oops. Not really. This is fairly jank, but oh, I've made a mistake. I forgot these require iron. This one's easy. That one's not. It works, probably. It's fine. Yeah, I could underground it. Yeah, long inserter is what I ended up going with. I forgot you can feed from other machines. You can feed through. I always forget that you can feed through. I don't even need a long one. I'll just use a normal one. So if I stock these up with copper now, I think you can feed through at least. Can you not? Maybe you can't. Maybe I did remember correctly. Yeah, that's what this space over here is for. This got a little cramped. I was a little optimistic about the amount of space I left. But now we have electronic circuits, just in a really awkward spot. In fact, even better, we'll just do that. So we have a whole belt of them. And that means that we can now build other things, like our inserters. So we're going to give ourselves a little bit of space there, split off that, bring that over, bring this down, take more splitters. So we were speaking of the trains earlier, and in this run I would like to utilize trains quite a bit. We're not at train level production yet, but once we are, one's going to be fine for now. To look forward to building some heavily train-based production solutions. Oh. It's interrupted my power pole layout. Oh well, that's not a thing. Factorio 2 spaced out. Save doing 2.6 million SPM. I still have starter base with belt spaghetti doing God knows what, but deleting it would be. Yeah, no. The starter base will live on in forever. And we're already out of iron. Okay. But we are at the point where production can start to scale, which is nice. How's our pollution cloud going? It's decreasing a bit because we did have that interruption. We can probably knock down the rest of our old infrastructure. Well, we're still technically using this, but we'll fix copper here in a second. We have enough copper to get us till we need that. I'm going to say that and immediately regret it. I have a feeling. More drills. I built a burner drill. Whoops. We'll hold on to those until we get a recycler. Right. Furnaces. Inserters. I do love the wire spaghetti that happens with basic power poles. Hopefully that should alleviate some of the suffering on the system. Okay, so now we have basic belts, basic inserters. That is true. A couple burners on coal probably wouldn't be the worst idea. True, true. We also want undergrounds and um, these guys. So for that, we're going to build another belt builder, and then this one is going to, what am I doing? There we go. Just directly feed into the underground. That way we can output that into a chest. This is all going to be just overflow based. I'm not balancing this in the slightest right now. All right, and then undergrounds, we just need to bring up some electronic circuits. So we'll just do something similar and then loop the electronic circuits up from below. So stretch this line out some more. Build ourselves some more assembly machines. So that would do 1 and then 5. Also should build assembly machines because we have all of the parts for that. So belts. Assembly machine there. Output, input. Belts there. For inserters. It's nice just having that available. Power. You are making splitters. Optimistic limits set for now. So that takes care of our basic, not necessarily everything, just the basic parts of building a factory. So I want to have my building blocks automated so that I can spend less time waiting for things to build in my build queue. Ideally, the build queue should be for things that we don't need thousands and thousands of. How's our power looking? Fine. Pollution cloud, still fine. Gear production is what is slowing us down right now, so we are using all of the iron we're feeding this system. So the bottleneck is that we need more iron. Oh, what is it? I must have missed the message. Approximately. I will have to take a look. We're going to get rid of our buffer because it's not doing anything right now. And it was poorly placed to begin with. Sillier. That sounds I may have watched a trailer for that a while ago. It did look neat. I may give it a look. Alright, now we've got an overflow on our gear production, so we can make some more gear assemblers. Oh, well, I've been checking out some demos. I just did the Wolf and Dead, or the Wolf is Dead demo. Captain of Industries. I think I've had that in my library for a very long time, but have never tried it. Kind of unfortunately. It looks like a very neat game. Just something I haven't had a chance to get into. All right, we need a copper stack. So copper is going to basically be the same thing, but just a little bit different, and it's just going to be over here. Okay, that wrong button. Unfortunately, we're going to need to clear out some trees, and I don't have a flamethrower yet. I also would like to preserve some trees, because fighters. We can probably get away with a pretty small copper stack for now. Or, yeah, copper furnace stack for now. So honestly, we might actually make it kind of over here, so it's out of the way of the trees, instead of trying to move the trees. Work with the terrain, not against it. It gives us somewhat decent coverage. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat Factorio when it comes to quality of life stuff. Like, it is one of the games that I look at as the standard bearer for QOL implementation. Just going to move this down one instead of moving my things, because while I don't form over function and all of that, I like a little bit of form with my function. We'll just run our copper straight over for now. Oh, I didn't need to, well, I'll need more eventually. Should be plenty for now. This will come straight on up. And in similar fashion, we're just going to split off some coal. Bring it on over and up. Let's go refill my belt supplies. Honestly, we could do a vertical furnace stack and then just loop it back down and around. We are going to need some more furnaces. Yeah, let's actually do this one vertically. Okay. Splitters. That's what I need. I need power armor. My guy moves so slowly right now. Okay, so we're gonna split coal, split copper. Center belt. Furnaces. Feeds. Make this overly cramped for no reason. And there we go. Now we just need power. Power up here as well. Remainder of our inserters. And there we go. Got some copper. Ourselves a bit of room for expansion. And let's actually just run that right through there. Now we have a fully self-sustaining factory. Woo! We got both copper, iron, and coal. Still need stone, but this will do for now. Power still looks fine. So let's build the last couple things that I wanted to build over here, which is our assembly machine automation, which is just going to come off of here and off of here. We are going to show a little bit of extra space. I think those only stacked to 10. So let's leave ourselves a little bit more space. All right, assembly machine is automated, and then we want red inserters automated, which is just going to be another series of these. So assembly machine. They stacked to 50. Okay. I did not remember. Need power poles as well. Can't really super automate those because I can't grow trees and harvest them, but I can make a assembler that will just throw wood with the copper wire, which we will steal off of that assembler up there. Okay. I feel like our green circuit build was, well, iron is our bottleneck again, I suspect. That's fine. Shouldn't be a ton of those realistically, although we will eventually, but we'll up the limits eventually if we need it. This is going to be a pretty big draw on our resources until we saturate it. Okay. What else do I want to automate? Oh, I said I was going to do. Yeah. Yeah, iron plates are a very limiting factor for now, so we will need to increase our iron capacity. All of our furnaces aren't running right now, so that means we're not mining enough. And we never configured these to be gear assemblers. There we go. Electric poles. So now we have our commonly used resources for the early game. We will definitely need mining drills automated at some point, but I guess it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Although it's going to, again, anything we add on to this is going to be a constant draw on resources until it saturates, so not yet. It's not necessary just yet. It does look like our iron production is what is the problem. We'll need to add a second stack of furnaces here pretty soon. Let us pull up our planner though, add a recipe. I want our, why am I not able to think right now? Science. We are going to be making red science with our crummy factories. I want a output of 10 per minutes, which means I need to let's go with a little bit more. Let's do yeah, let's shoot for 30. I think that kind of balances everything out. That's 5 assembly machines. We need 30 copper plates. We're just going to be making gear wheels. Why not? Gear wheel assembler. Oh. That's plenty simple. That will be the start of our science. Automation's great. Extend the bus. Check our... Okay. Pollution is starting to become a problem. Let us equip ourselves a bit. So we are going to need to go fight some biters here pretty soon. As our pollution gets closer to them, as soon as it touches them, we're going to be in trouble. Should also probably explore to the south a bit, because I don't know what's down there, and it could be more biters. I mean, eventually it will be more biters, but it could be more biters already. Because we have a desert. Deserts stink, because they do not absorb pollution very well, which means that once our base starts scaling production, we will very quickly piss off the natives. Okay, there's some there. Luckily, they are pretty small for now, so not a huge problem. Yeah, what button is it? There we go. But a problem we should be aware of nonetheless. I don't want our last hour and a half's worth of work to all be for naught. Want another probably 2 gun turrets for now. Let's see what we're up against up here. What the locals have in store for us. Oh, they've noticed us. Gonna probably play the turret creep game a little bit here. Yeah. The wiggle. First fighter compound successfully dealt with, and a new iron patch. Not quite to the point of needing to expand up to it yet, but it will be very nice when we get there. This is a space age run. I am not getting to space today. But this is a space age run. Perhaps if this becomes the thing that I do more of, we will actually see space in this run. I'm just kind of seeing how far I get today. Oh, no problem. Thank you for being here at all. It is really appreciated. I thank you, everyone. Again, this is a thank you stream. I got 1,000 subscribers. I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy, actually. You know, a lot of that is in no small part to my Iron Nest video going absolutely bananas, which I'm super happy about, and I can't wait to make more Iron Nest content as soon as the devs give us more things. I am in touch with them. They are awesome people. Yeah, I mean, the first fighter areas are pretty small. It was one nest and 3 worms, so it was fine. Looks like we are starting to... Well, we're not saturating, but we're getting enough copper in to completely fill up that stuff. Let's actually make the thing that we were just planning out. So we need 5 factories, 1 gear assembler, and we're gonna only need copper and gears, so we can just throw the gears onto the copper line, and that will be fine. So let us split off here. One of those, one of those, one of those. And we'll, oops, extend the boost. Yes, so this is Hellmod, which is a nice mod for planning out production lines. So I mostly use it for science calculations, because that's kind of the only one that I care to be slightly balanced. Yeah, I did it that way for a long time. And then I said, you know what? There's Excel spreadsheets for this. But there's even better than Excel spreadsheets. There's Excel spreadsheets in the game. And I've done this wrong again. Every time. Every time. Here it is. And then we just put down our five assemblers, and we should be golden. I am one of those people who believes it is worth it to do it the hard way the first time, and then using the tools to make it easy after that. No, don't. I think it is worth it to learn how to do it the hard way, and then from there, easy way all the way. Ah, the woes of education. I am sorry. I would not want to be a teacher in today's AI-ridden landscape. Oh, yeah, well, there's no power over here because I haven't run the line over. Yeah, and that's also a problem. One of our most important jobs. Let's see what we got to do next. Yeah. Yeah, education. I mean, there's a lot of things screwed up today, but education is one of them for sure. Yeah. I'm glad by the sounds of it that you are involved in some form of trade, because we definitely need more available. Oh yeah, it is good that you're not in the U.S. education system at the very least. I am in that world, not in it directly. I graduated from U.S. education system, so but yeah. Let's see what we want to research next. We've got fast inserters and then logistics science packs. Logistics science packs are going to require a bit more scaled production. So let's do some planning. A new production line. We're going to add a recipe. Our green science packs. If we want to hit the same 30 SPM, we will need our 30 inserters and belts, which will require 45. Let's take this. Okay, ooh, we're starting to get into pretty hefty iron demands. That, and that. Okay, not terrible. So for 30 green science per minute, looks like we're going to need 6 science assemblers, 1 belt assembler, 1 inserter assembler, 1 gear assembler. I mean, the U.S. education system is. I try and. It does a lot of things good and a lot of things poorly, and a lot of that is based on where you are. Having moved around the country a decent amount, it is good at some things and bad at others, and it's really regional, which is what is kind of frustrating. Um, but I mean, that's the U.S. as a whole. It's the 50 different countries wearing a trench coat pretending to be one, which leads to some things working really well and others not. But yeah, more on the technological side. I'm just glad I graduated before AI became really mainstream, because I don't know that I could deal with that. Oh yeah, the choose what you want to see. That's what I find interesting is I currently am in an industry that I have a proximal education to. Not, it's nowhere near my, or not necessarily nowhere near. It's not my degree at all. Um, it's not a field I ever envisioned myself being in. I will say that. Good field, one that I enjoy quite a bit. And there's a lot of people that I've talked to that have that experience where they get a degree, they get into the workforce, and then they never get a job in their degree field. And they just work at whatever kind of side industry to that is somewhat proximal to their degree for a long time. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's start working on our green science build. So we're going to need, let's see, 11 inserters, or not inserters, assemblers. Yeah, anyway, off the fun topics of how screwy the education system is. Green science, where science comes in bottles. How do I want to lay this out? Probably somewhat similar to my other production stuff. Although probably a lot more optimized. So we're going to need at the top our wire and then the circuit assemblers. These can be in a line. So let's just drag the bus out a little bit more. So we're going to need copper coming in. Are we going to need copper at any more downstream steps? No. So we can just directly feed this into a assembler and then directly feed this into yet another assembler. That takes care of our copper section. We are going to need our iron into here and then our iron into the gear wheels themselves. So we can split off there. That goes into there. That comes out onto the belt. And there we go. Now for gears, we just need a single assembler once more. So we will put this right here. I might actually rotate that. And we are going to do a similar thing as we did before. Just effectively put those back onto there. And this is going to come over and then just go down. Gear wheels. Logistics science has been researched. Let's clean up some of our other red research. Let's grab some heavy armor, stone walls, lights. Might as well grab some text plates too, because text plates are nice. And radar. Actually, we can probably see what I need. Because I only need one of each of these. So honestly, we can just put one of these there, then one of these there. Make this nice and clean. This is going to build our inserters. This is going to build our belts. Then we need our 6 science assemblers. It is a space age playthrough. Whether we will get to space eventually, we shall see. But I have it enabled. I have all default space age settings enabled as well, so quality and elevated rails and all of that. And Logistics science. There we go. Run that on up, and we've got our basic science production done. Power's getting a little close. Copper's still fine. It's amazing how little copper you need in our late game. It really is. We're starting to fill up our chests of factory parts. So, let's think what we need next. We will probably need to start thinking a little bit more about defense. And we will also need to get started towards chemical science. We still have a little ways to get there. We're going to need oil processing, but we're going to need to get oil to do oil processing. So let's start queuing some things up. First of all, advanced materials processing. Automation 2. And our research queue is full. Let's cancel lights because we don't need lights right now. Not worried about landfill, and we're also going to want energy distribution. We're probably going to want energy distribution more than most of this stuff, actually. And we're going to need some more labs. Disco science. It's an awesome mod. This is probably going to be the strain that breaks my power networks back. So let's build some more power stuff as well. Oops, that's not a lab. We also have the ability to make fast inserters now, so let's also set that up. Because slow inserters bad. So we're going to need inserters, which is just going to be more of the same recipe. I don't know why I made that. I have a box of them right next to me. Oh well. And then it's just more iron and more the circuits. We have a box of them, not that many of them though. We've actually filled up our belts. So now we're just working on filling up our undergrounds and the splitters. And we should have some more iron available for all of the other stuff. else do we want in our automated? I think it's time we automate some mining drills. So we're going to do this on the same line as our assembly machines, just to keep things nice and clean. Also, it's just the same parts. It's amazing how much is made of the same stuff. These assembly machines are truly magic. It's like all of a production line in one little box. As someone who works in industry, if only we had machines that could work like this. If only. Alright, it just needs iron. It's going to take a while to get iron, though. So we'll give a little... Well, we don't have that much iron on us either. It's a very iron-hungry build. This is. A little helping hand so we can make more iron. Solar panels, we can get those already. Oh. I didn't realize that. I guess we can't make batteries yet, because batteries are going to require... sulfur, I believe. Yeah. Still haven't quite peaked out our energy demands, but I also don't want to get there. So let's put in, this is going to kill our production for a minute, but that's okay. For steam engines, and there we go. Doubled our power. Pollution maps looking pretty chunky. Let's see what we're actually making. Production statistics, making 300 iron plates a minute. We're not consuming our science as quickly as we're making it, I guess. Let's just take a look at the last minute. Overall research output is 12 science per minute. Okay. Now we can make some more labs eventually, but I'm all right with it now. We don't need to be using more of our iron with that at this time. Let's see what our pollution looks like. Yep, drills are the expected one there. Nothing is being absorbed by biter nests, so we're okay there. Let's actually snug this up a little bit more to this iron build. We're going to also need steel. So we need to increase our iron production fairly significantly, which is gonna take some effort. Let's see how many drills we have now. 11, not terrible, not great. This is definitely going to take a little while to saturate. Especially because we're going to keep using stuff from it. So let's see, how much can we reasonably get on here without having to... Yeah. I don't like mixed ore pools. Well, it's enough to double our iron production. Which is kind of nice because we can use a single splitter to branch it then. And then let's just basically copy and paste this. Oops, that's snipping tool. Copy. So we're going to want... all that. We can just bring it right there. I don't care. That is unnecessary because this is just our pass-through. This is also just unnecessary. So this is the max we're ever going to get out of this system. Because we're out of iron in our iron patch. We are going to need some more furnaces, though, which is going to mean we're going to need some stone. So it's probably time to also set up a stone outpost or a stone mining setup as well. Where is our coal? We need more coal. Okay. Good to know. What time is it? It is almost time for a quick break. I'm going to go soon. Not just yet. A little bit more time currently. Soon I will need to feed my cat. I don't know if you could hear them in the back, but they're a little hungry guy who wants their food. Power. That's what this is missing. There we go. Oh. Are we out of... Oh, we're out of coal. That's why. More coal required. I guess we did double our biggest power demand. Hence, probably why that happened. let's set up, like we said we were going to do, a little coal snake down here. That should increase our coal capacity fairly significantly. Then we're also going to set these up to have an output priority so that the power generators are always getting the coal first. Because if we don't have power, we don't really have a base. That should make everything much happier. These aren't grabbing any copper. Nope. Okay. Should significantly increase our iron throughput, which will hopefully mean that we at least have one yellow belt of iron now. And can finally make all of this stuff a little bit faster. Especially as we start saturating more and more of these things. Now for steel, as we did just steal most of my iron, see what I did there. We're gonna probably go start tapping that upper iron node. But we probably want some defenses before we do that, because the biters probably won't be too terribly happy with us. These are going to run out of coal soon, but that's okay, because we're going to hit our threshold here pretty quickly. Also make sure we're balancing our coal line. This should just make sure that if one side gets full up on coal, it doesn't back up. It'll fill the other side up. This is probably not efficient, or I could have done that with less parts, but I can't remember how to do it right now. Yeah, iron throughput. A lot better now. Ow. We weren't even using all of our capacity. Had two furnaces that weren't doing anything. So we should see... Yeah, because this side's stacked up, it is starting to send some coal off to the iron mines. Now, the only problem with this is that unless it queues all the way up to here, we're going to run out of coal for our copper mines. So let's kind of see if that happens, or if we are still using more than we're producing. Coal is a fairly efficient power source. It's not the best by any means, but good enough for most of the time. Let's take a look at that. Still good on pollution. Nothing's getting absorbed, so we're not under threat of attack just yet. Let's see if this does just back up like we want it to. Hey man, fill on up. Because steel is just super iron expensive, at least until we get to Volcanus, which means most plates become super inexpensive at that point, because foundries could be awesome. Let's see. We are... We did make a couple more of these so that we could get some more coal. I would like to start upgrading the steel furnaces, though, so we do need to make some steel. Does look like we have a pretty good feed of coal going, though. I guess we could... Yeah, let's get some more... furnaces. That's what we need. Steal this one. To finish off the current small furnace stack that I've got going. And then, because I want to get steel furnaces are twice as good. We need stone, bricks, and steel. So we are going to need stone. Let's also start a stone mine. We're going to need some belts. We're so close to having a full factory. Alright, so from the stone mine, we're going to want walls. Also need to make probably grenade production a thing. The reason I have this little loop is so I can build more furnaces here too. I'm gonna go south with this one. I say, actually, no. We're gonna go north, so we can come and join the bus. Well, actually, if we went south, we could probably come straight across. So we'll go south. All right, we need to queue up some more research. So let's just do our red science research. That one's just a trigger tech where we make 50 steel. Military science, solar power, concrete. Because let's make concrete first because I want to be able to make concrete gates, engine production. This is a pretty small stone patch, so let's see how much we can get out of it. Which is probably going to be way more than enough. But since it's so small, I'm inclined to just get it all while we're here. It's all connected up. And that's our output. Let's grab some coal. Oh. And then just do the same thing we've been doing. Let us actually wire this up though, because we need some amount of stone to make more furnaces. Should allow us to make, yep, 4 furnaces. And now we can just set this all up. That's actually, I think, the most compact I've done this yet. Saving got me. Is this probably overkill for stone brick production for right now? Yes. But as they say, there's no kill like overkill, and I have the parts to do it right now, so I might as well get it done now, so I don't have to think about it later. I need more power poles, though. Janky power pole build to the rescue. we go. Stone bricks. So now, if we get some steel going, which we are just going to make a little bit of, very manually for a moment. Which I probably should have set up when I first got steel, so I'd have a buffer of it, but I didn't think of it then. How much do we need? 6. Ugh, it's going to take a moment. Let's get some wall production going, though. So that's just stone bricks and an assembling machine. No particular reason. We're going to build 2 of, just because I like walls. This is going to make a lot of walls. We're still researching concrete, but for basic concrete, we need iron ore, stone bricks, and water. We do not have water over here, so we will have to pipe it in. Just a bit of a pain in the neck, so we're not going to worry about it right now. This will be fine. We're still growing the pollution cloud. We got walls. We're also going to need turrets, though. And ammo. For now, our ammo is cheap enough that we're just going to make some of it real quick, like. I also should have probably been stockpiling for a while now. Box. This is the basic ammo. I don't actually want that much of it. And we're close to power load again. Jeez. How's our steel going? Good. Good enough for a steel furnace. Which will make making steel even faster. Do we have any fast inserters actually yet? Did I even finish the fast inserter build? I did finish it. We don't have any because I didn't set it up correctly. So I forgot to set up the inserter that will bring the inserters into the fast inserter build. There we go. That's correct now. Surprisingly, circuits are becoming a bit of a bottleneck over here. I guess we're using a few of them for this. Everything's running pretty well. Let's make some more gun turrets. You're gonna start just gluing stuff on in random spots, cause spaghetti. Spaghetti factory. This is going to totally violate the one input, one output system for each kind of logical line, but oh well, I can't be bothered to fix it. At least not right now. Turrets are now being created. That way we can set up some defenses. Because I need to go make dinner soon. I want to leave this running. I'm gonna actually set up a second ammo assembler. And I'll make some ammo. There we go. Let's make some more steel furnaces to further increase my iron production rate, because we have mines that are not being fully utilized right now. So these should be twice as fast as these. Let's see. Slow. Yeah, slow. Not slowly but surely, just slow. Let's grab some extra iron, queue up a bunch of ammo production, throw down some turrets in places where they need to be. Put one here, one here. Idea being to have a bit of a ring of protection. Let's do 20 in each. more than enough to deter any attacks the next 20 or so minutes that I will be away from the keyboards. Okay, it's my two's fine in that one. I'm out of turrets. Let's see. Do we make some more? We did. Yay! $20. And then one right here should be good. $20 in there. We're almost all the way around the base. This is probably the area that we get the bulk of the attacks to. Let's grab last couple. Yeah, almost perfect. Wrap around our lab area real quick over here. And one more to close the loop. There we go. So now if we go on here, we've got a ring of turrets. I know they can sprint through the gaps, so hopefully that doesn't happen. You know, let's do some more furnace upgrades and some more stone bricks. I think we'll give it another 15 minutes and I might actually wrap things up. That'll be 3 hours, which is a nice round number. And then I can get back to some of the other stuff I gotta do. One yellow belt of is trying to remember exactly. In a steel furnace. What is the air? It's not happy about something. Let's just... What did I mess up here? Yeah. Okay. New, select recipe, iron plate, factory, steel furnace. With coal. I don't know. Something there appears to be a bug in my calculator here. It's double this, so whatever this is, it's half of. So if we do 1 yellow belt times 60, 48, so 24. And here we've got 4, 8, so that's 16. 2, 3, 4. I think we might have just enough space. Oh, well, we can shimmy the copper line just a little bit. Because this will be a perfect yellow belt of ore. Oh, I did not notice the bonuses menu before. That's neat. And then we have another one up here that we can also upgrade. Do we have any fast inserters yet? We do. Oh, I forgot to set a limit on these. That's all right. Start using those instead. Fast inserters. Way better than normal inserters. Nothing else because they look faster. Ooh, 1,000 automation signs. Very nice. Let's speed this up a little bit. Our janky steel production can be slightly less jank, or more jank, actually, by throwing a chest of coal down. Now we have doubled our steel production speed. from extremely slow to just less than extremely slow. It's also, just for sanity's sake, make a repair pack so that my turret isn't damaged anymore. It's going to annoy me if there's little dots on something. We're going to need more power soon, too. Faster production. So yeah, these 30 SPM builds, pretty simple. If we take a look at what a 30 SPM build for chemical science is going to look like. Let's do 1 minute, 30. We're going to need basic sulfur recipe, which means we're going to need petroleum, which we're going to need basic oil because we don't have advanced oil processing yet. Then engine units, which we're going to require gears and pipes, and then advanced circuits, my least favorite of all of them. Oops, we made 2 of those instead, and 1 of those. So you can see now how things scale up. This is annoying. I don't know why this is broken. That's another thing I'll have to investigate for the next time I do this. Why my mod doesn't work. But yeah, a lot more inputs. Oh, we forgot plastic is also on there. So we're going to need all the stuff off the main bus, plus some fluids that we don't have yet. And a lot more production. Oh, it did switch. Okay. Well, that one didn't. If I do this, it works. That's okay. It still didn't work. I don't know. I don't know how this one worked. The other ones didn't. Or I think this one just has to be made, like it can't be made in the base one, maybe. I don't know. It should be able to be made in the basic assembly machine. I'm confused. Anyhow, let's get some more steel and upgrade more furnaces. More stone bricks. There we go. Just 2 more, and then all my iron furnaces will be... all the iron furnaces I currently have It'll be steel furnaces. So while this, okay, let's also, we just need a little bit more space. So if we just take this. That's ugly, but it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 20. And this should make 24. There we go. That is a full yellow belt furnace stack. Heck yeah. That's that one started. Still have copper. We'll have to just renegotiate that in a little bit. Let's also get our labs up to actually be able to use all of our science. So right now we're sitting around 12. 4. So each lab, I guess it depends on how long each science takes. But we'll finish out our current science stack. Here we go. Now, what's our science per minute look like? Science. It's jumping all over the place. Okay, 1 minute. 16 science per minute, but it should be climbing a little bit. 17. Back down 16, 17. 18. If we get up to that magic, I don't think we're going to get up to 30. Not unless we built another line of labs, that is. No, that was in the right spot. I'm just silly. It was where I put my power pole. Now, if we go to our production statistics, we're up to 21, 22, We're going to start energy throttling soon. It's probably consuming enough power. $25-ish. 26. Fighting with our power, our inserters. 27. Can we get that magic 30? 28. 29. So close. Oh, I saw it for a second. 30. I think we are actually at 30 SPM. There we go. Just about. I guess it's technically like 29.4 or something. 30 SPM. Yo, let's go. We are producing and consuming science as quickly as we are. Or we are consuming science as quickly as we're producing it now. Hooray. I'm decently happy with this basic little base. Let's actually go back to production statistics. Pollution, we're still not hitting any nests, so that's fine. Evolution factor shouldn't be progressing. Should probably build a radar at some point, but those things are such power hogs. I'm pretty happy with this little base. We got to get some iron from up here soon. That's probably going to be what we use to make our steel initially, because that's a lot more iron than we have here. And we're already basically using everything we're producing from here. Let's prioritize filling up this one. Yeah, we even need more than we already have. So yeah, it's a good little starter base. Do with some lights and paths and all that good stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we need to make this a nice base, but it's a good starter base, and that's what's important. I'm pretty happy with this much progress in 3 hours, but I do think this is where we're going to wrap up the stream. Thank you all for watching. Thank you again so much for 1,000 subscribers. I may cut this down to a main channel, or this is the main channel, to a video. And perhaps do this again sometime. I don't know when. I don't have any kind of schedule in mind for this. It might just be a special occasions kind of deal. So if you're interested in seeing me continue this Factorio run, please let me know. If you'd like me to live stream it, also let me know that. But anyway, until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.